Live, boss man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to try to make this about 30 minutes, and I say try, but we have a lot to go over. I'm really excited for everybody that's joined us, everybody that's messaged me. Um, this is like my most exciting call that we do. We do these about 4 times a year. And the reason it's the most exciting time for me is because without calls like this, we probably wouldn't know people like Brian Beam, like Joey, like Alan, like Sarah, like Steve Little, Steve Sample, the Langleys, Ivy Balin. Without people like them, we wouldn't have all these amazing transformations. We wouldn't have the leadership we have on our team. And I know that there are a lot of bad connotations surrounding multi-level marketing companies, and even Beachbody to a certain extent. And the reason I want to do these calls is just to kind of kind of dispel some myths about Beachbody coaching and kind of tell you guys how even TD Nation is different from Beachbody coaching. I think there are Beachbody coaches, and then there are TD Nation coaches, and that's something that I'm very, very proud of. I think Beachbody is a wonderful company. They have the absolute best programs, best supplements on the market. But just like with any company, there can be bad employees in any company. And a lot of times I think a lot of people get into coaching, not with TD Nation because we've stressed this from the very beginning, but people get into coaching and just become a salesman, an icky salesman, and that's the last thing we want. From the time I started TD Nation 5 years ago, I've always stressed that we are doing this to help people with the expectation of nothing in return, and we will help anybody and everybody. A few years ago, and even now, there's a lot of Beachbody coaches and a lot of Beachbody teams who will not help people or do challenge groups unless people buy challenge packs from them, programs and Shakeology, and we have never done that. We have always welcomed everybody with open arms, and I'm very, very proud of that. And so what I want to do tonight is just kind of tell you a little bit about joining the TD Nation coaching family and becoming a Beachbody coach, and just letting you kind of know just what's true and what's not true. And we'll let some of our coaches that are on the call tonight tell you guys a little bit about their thoughts, and then we'll open it up for questions, and you guys are free to ask me anything you want. The last thing I want is for you to sign up to be a coach and to get an email and say, hey, you didn't tell me this or you didn't tell me that. We never have that happen, but I want to be upfront and honest with you, let you guys know everything there is to know about coaching, and just tell you guys everything there is about it, because I really don't think there is a single negative. So there's 3 basic reasons that people decide to become a coach. And there is no wrong reason, first of all. Some people decide to become a coach just to become a discount coach, meaning that when you become a coach, you get your products at 25% off. So you get all your programs 25% off, you get your Shakeology 25% off. A lot of people just become coaches to do that. And in fact, a lot of people start that way. They become to be a discount coach. And then they realize that there's a lot more opportunity there, and they end up doing more with it. But some people just remain discount coaches, and that's fine. Some people become coaches because they see the opportunity that, if they can sell a couple products, maybe they can get their products free. Maybe they can have a little bit of supplemental income to do some fun things with. Again, it's totally up to you. This is your business, so you can work it as much or as little as you want. And then some people who sign up to be a coach have really seen the benefits of Beachbody products and have a great transformation and want to help pay that forward and want to help as many people as possible, and turn it into a very legitimate business, which is what I did. I started this about 5 years ago. I was an insurance adjuster. I had a 15-year career as an insurance adjuster. Made good money, but really, dreaded Mondays, couldn't wait for Fridays. I just really despised my job, didn't know how I was going to do it until I was 65. And then this crazy thing, Beachbody, somebody presented this opportunity to me. And thank goodness I was brave enough to say, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. And from day one, I've never felt like I'm selling products. I've never picked up the phone and called people and begged them to buy anything. I've never picked up the phone and begged people to become coaches. I've just simply helped people. I started, the TD Nation Challenge group and added people to that, anybody and everybody that wanted in, helped anybody and everybody, whether they bought products or not, helped a ton of my family and friends. And honestly, I've helped a ton of family and friends who have never bought a single thing from me. I continue to help them, and they still don't buy anything from me, and that's okay. I think most of our coaches really just get such a sense of pride watching people be able to lose weight, especially people who didn't think that losing weight was possible, and being able to do it without starving themselves and just being miserable while they're going through the process. So there's a number of reasons you can become a coach, and there's no wrong reason. You will never be pressured by me or your upline to invite a certain amount of people to the group. You'll never be pressured to sell a certain amount of products. We just don't do that. This is your thing, and you can do whatever you want with it. But we love having as many coaches as possible, because one of the things that happens when you become a coach is your sense of accountability just goes up. I don't know what it is. You just feel more obligated to work out, more obligated to eat better. It becomes a little bit easier to work out every day and eat better every day. It just really helps you stay on track and keep crushing your goals. And especially when you start adding family members to the group, then it's a whole nother level of accountability. And you don't want them to see you fail, so you just keep doing good, and before you know it, it's a lifestyle. It's really a pretty amazing thing. And I think, I don't know what I'd put a percentage on, but I know your percentage of succeeding goes way up when you become a coach. It just does. So, there's a couple things. When I started TD Nation, I wanted to make success as easy as possible for our coaches. So we did a number of things. I mean, obviously, we know that when you become a coach, you're not going to be an expert. You're not going to know everything there is to know about nutrition and fitness. The good news is you've got over 200 TD Nation coaches that can help you and that can help your people and that will help your people. When you add people to the challenge group, we're a big family, and we help everybody that gets added, as you've seen if you're in the TD Nation group. So we created the big challenge groups to help you, and of course we have smaller groups. If you're under one of my coaches, then they might also have a smaller group. And then we have, the boot camps and the ebooks. A lot of you may not know this, but I spend all my time, developing the ebooks, and then I pay my web guy to develop them. And I don't charge our coaches to do that. They pay nothing for that. But anytime they get somebody to join boot camp, and you guys know it costs you $25 to join boot camp, that $25 goes to our coaches. It's not money that I keep. I give it all back to them. And it's my way of saying thank you to our coaches. It's my way of helping them, pay for their supplements, pay for their programs, pay for their coach business fee, which we'll go over in a little bit. But so, if you're adding 4 people to boot camp every month, then you're getting $100, and your Shakeology is free. And we love adding people to boot camp because we've proven the more people that go through boot camp, the better their success, and the more likely they are to succeed. So boot camp is a really amazing thing that we developed last year, actually. It's only been going on like a year, maybe not even quite a full year, because I think we started in the middle of last year. So it's been a huge success, and it's a really cool thing that it makes me happy to just be able to give back to our coaches and help them pay for some things. And then, you also earn 25% commission off of any products that you sell. And again, you don't have to sell products. Usually, if you just add people to the group, If the people you're adding to the group end up buying the products, if they hear about something from somebody else that's using it in the group, then you get the commission for that. We have bio pages. We have our own TD Nation website, and we have bio pages that you can start. And basically, it's your own website. It's got a link to the orientation page. It's got a link to your store, and then the branding is already done for you guys when you start. So when I started as a coach, there was no TD Nation. I just had to try to get people to join so I could help them. Well, now you've got the brand of TD Nation that's already established, people already know about, but even more importantly, you have the brand of Beachbody and all the Beachbody products. So everybody knows what P90X is. Everybody knows what Insanity is. Everybody's starting to know what 21-Day Fix is and Body Beast and all those other programs that they've developed, and more to come out. They're going to keep developing more products every year. So really, I think we've made it as easy as possible for you to succeed. Way easier to succeed now than it was when I started 5 years ago. So let's just go over a few of the myths real quick. I think I've got 6 or 7 here listed. The first one, a lot of people think that they have to have an amazing transformation to begin coaching, and that's absolutely false. I started coaching, I'd only lost 10 pounds when I became a coach. And what I've kind of learned, this is really funny, what I've learned since becoming a personal trainer is that there are 5 or 6 other trainers at my gym. Some of them are extremely ripped. Like, I wouldn't consider myself extremely ripped. These guys are just extremely ripped. And what I found out is a lot of people tell me that they feel way more, and I don't know if this is kind of insulting, but a lot of people feel way more comfortable with me as their trainer than somebody who is insanely ripped, because they know where I came from and they think I can relate better to them. And I think the same thing goes with coaching. You don't have to have some amazing transformation to start coaching and start inspiring people. So don't let that stop you. And oftentimes, and we say this a lot, don't let the start stop you. This is an amazing opportunity, and of course there are a ton of unknowns, and a lot of times, this goes with fitness too, you're thinking about all the things you might do wrong or all the things that scare you, and you let the start stop you. And today I would just really encourage you, don't let the start stop you. Give it a shot and just see what happens, but you don't have to have an amazing transformation to do this. The second myth, I'm required to be a salesman. I've already talked about that. You definitely do not have to be a salesman. You're not required to sell anything. You don't have to hold inventory. It's another beautiful thing about Beachbody. We don't touch any of the products. We just send people links if they're interested in a product, and then Beachbody ships it and does everything else for us. But you're not required to sell anything. I've never picked up the phone and called 20 people on a list trying to get them to buy products. We just don't do that. The third myth, it costs a lot to start. A lot of companies, when you're starting in a multi-level marketing company, they might ask you to put down $1,000 to $2,000 and buy a huge package with a bunch of products in it. And Beachbody does not do that. If you're in the military, if you're active military, it's 100% free. Just get a hold of your coach. They can get you the forms so you can fill those out and get a free coach account. If you're not military, it's just $15.99 a month for your own business. I think it's I say this on every call, but I'm completely blown away that Beachbody hasn't raised that price. $15.99 to start your own business is just insane, and I think it's insane more people don't jump on the deal. There is basically a $40 sign-up fee unless you've bought a challenge pack, which is a month of Shakeology and a program. If you've bought that in the past, get a hold of your coach. They'll get you the form that you can fill out, and you'll get that fee waived. Or if you buy a challenge pack when you sign up to coach, you'll also get that $40 fee waived. The fourth myth is that a lot of people just are concerned that they don't have time to do this. They don't know what it entails, and they just don't know if they have time. And I will tell you, if you're signing up just to be a discount coach, then it takes zero time. You're not going to be doing anything different. You're just going to get your products at 25% off. If you're going to try to build this into, a six-figure business like I have, then you might have to. Well, not might. You're going to have to work at it. It took me, when I was working my full-time career as an insurance adjuster, I worked about 2 to 3 hours a night after my kids went to bed to build my business until one day I was able to quit my full-time job and just do this, just help you guys. But it was worth every second of it. But again, that's just up to you whether you want to put that time in or not. The fifth one is, and we hear this all the time, but it's just because people are uneducated and don't know what a pyramid scheme is, but a lot of people think this is a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Basically, pyramid schemes are, no products are being exchanged. You're not selling any products. This is not a pyramid scheme, guys. It's 100% legitimate. I pay taxes just like everybody else. I get my own 1099 every year. It's not a pyramid scheme. Number 6, a lot of people think they're getting in late, and I've heard this for years, and it especially like when P90X came out and I became a coach, people said, well, they're not going to have another great product. P90X was it, and then they had Insanity, and then people said, well, they're not going to have another great product because Insanity will be it, and then what they have, TurboFire, Insanity Max 30, T25, 21-day fix, Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel. What else am I missing? I mean, they just keep coming out with more and more products. There will always be a new product. There will always be a new and up and coming trainer. The sad news is that our country isn't getting smaller. They're not getting thinner. They're eating worse. They're getting bigger. People need health and fitness more than ever. So you're not getting in too late. We're only in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. They have aspirations of going global. They'll be in the UK. We'll be in Australia. We're going to be opening up to different markets once we can handle the influx of customers we have in the United States and Canada. And not to mention, TD Nation's grown 400% in the last 3 years. So TD Nation is growing a lot too. And people that think they're getting in too late, there are, what, 300 million people, 300 million plus people in the U.S., is that right? Something like that. We haven't contacted them all. I can promise you. There's still a ton of people out there who don't know about us, who are trying to figure out weight loss, who are, people are just getting bad information and don't know what to do and don't know who to turn to. So yeah, you're not getting in too late. There's tons of opportunity out there. And the last one is I can't make significant income. A lot of people think that they can't make significant income. When I got into this, I really did not think I could make significant income. And it was about 1.5 years into being a coach. And again, not bothering people, not calling people and asking them to buy stuff and begging them to buy stuff, just by simply helping people. All of a sudden, about 1.5 years in, I realized Beachbody was covering my mortgage. And it was at that point I told my wife, I was asked to speak at a Beachbody event, and I told my wife, I was like, I really think that I can do something with this, and that I can make this a full-time career. And she did what a lot of you are doing probably, is like, okay, sure, honey, pat me on the shoulder, whatever, we'll see if that happens. Not in a million years thinking it would. And me just helping people, and in 3 years I was able to quit my full-time job. So one thing I want you guys to know is that legacy is like the biggest thing on my mind at all times, and I would never do anything without picturing my children right behind me. So if I thought that this was bad, or that this was a bad thing and wouldn't work, or you couldn't actually make this work, I would never tell you guys that. And we have coaches, and I don't want to like say names and say salaries, but we have coaches who have done this 6 months and a year who are making great income in just 6 months and a year. We've had several coaches who are making $1,000 a month within 6 months. Now, does that happen for everybody? Absolutely not. I'm not here to tell you that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you want to make money at this career, then you have to work at it. If you don't want to make money at it and you just want to get your products free, again, it's perfectly fine. You can do that. But let's see. The only other thing I would say is that, and I think I've covered this before, or I've already covered this, but when you get into this, you have to realize that Beachbody has the best workouts. There is nothing that compares with what Beachbody is putting out. What's the online service, guys, was kind of like Beachbody On Demand? What's it called?
Daily Burn, I believe.
Daily Burn. Yeah, Daily Burn. Doesn't hold a candle to what Beachbody's putting out. Not even close. Beachbody On Demand is like a total game changer, and it will be more of a game changer as people get, familiar with the technology of streaming and get used to it. But it's a complete game changer. They have the best supplements. They have Harvard doctors working on the latest science, or using the latest science to develop our supplements. There is not a thing on the market that compares with Shakeology, as far as a drink that has 70 superfoods with no artificial flavorings or sweeteners. There's just nothing that can compare to what we're doing. And then you throw in the fact that we have this amazing team of TD Nation coaches who are unlike anything in Beachbody, and I mean that. I've seen a lot of teams, and a lot of times I have to really refrain from blasting them on my social media because I see what happens. I get contacted by people all the time who say, hey, I know you're not my coach, but my coach won't help me unless I buy Shakeology from him. And it really pisses me off, and it makes me mad, and it makes me want to reach out to that coach and tell them what an asshole they are, and I have to refrain. But the greatest thing is I have never been contacted by a customer in TD Nation. I've never had a single customer contact me and say, hey, Lance, so-and-so won't help me because I'm not buying Shakeology. I've never had that happen from one of our coaches, and I'm very proud of that. And it's just, I think we've built a wonderful foundation for this thing, and I think it's just going to continue to grow and grow. And I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to do everything I can to, reach as many people, inspire as many people, and help as many people. And I know our amazing coaches are going to do the same. And we know that we have lots of amazing people in the TD Nation group right now who aren't coaches, who should be coaches, who could inspire a lot of people. And we just want to invite you to join us. That's it. You can try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, then you can quit and you can tell me I was wrong. But I really think that you'll enjoy it even more being a part of the coaching family. I think you'll enjoy that even more than just being part of the TD Nation family. Do you guys have anything else to add to that? Did I miss anything? Is there anything you want to add about coaching?
I think a good point to add, and this curtails off of what you were saying, about what makes a really good coach. And I look at it as this is a way that I can care for people and provide value to them, and help them reach their goals. So, like you said, we don't push, you have to buy this. If you want to, it's great. It's an awesome tool, and it'll help, but we certainly don't force people to. We're not gonna. You don't have to buy this, or I'm not gonna help you. That's certainly not true. But provide value for people. Give good advice. We're making this community to people can get in, get excited about improving their health and fitness, and that's what this is about. It's a way for us to just reach out and share what we've learned. That obviously, you look around the society, and it's just something people need so drastically, and it's a great service, and it's a very much needed service. So I always try to keep in mind, how can I help this person in their situation, no matter where they are, make progress. And if you come at that and you have the person's benefit in the forefront of your mind, that's an attractive thing, and you'll draw people to you.
Absolutely.
Where Lance was saying, he sees people posting on or wherever that just, you need to buy this challenge pack and then I'll get you in my groups. It's that's not very attractive to people. And most people will see that and kind of run. But if you work with people and if you're working with them, giving them advice, helping them helping their journey go along more smoothly, when they decide that, hey, it's time for me, I want to buy something, they're going to want to buy it from you because you've helped them. They're going to be loyal to you, not the products. And it's amazing how quickly that happens. I've had new people, and like this one person even said, well, I can get it cheaper here, but I still want to buy it from you because you've been so helpful for me.
Yeah.
And if you care about people the right way, if you're into coaching for one reason to make money, which that's legitimate. I think it's people hand me don't hand me, but I get certificates of appreciation from Beachbody for the work that we do here. It's a cool thing, and everybody wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think it's, and I said this at the beginning of the call, but I think our coaches are amazing, and without them, the reason why we have these calls and invite people to become coaches is because, I can't reach everybody by myself. Alan can't reach everybody by himself. It takes all of us to reach out and help all these people. And without doing that, and here's a perfect example. Alan reached out to me and joined TD Nation and then had great results and became a coach, and an amazing coach, and such a successful coach that he now has his own team, his own brand, his own group, which is the best thing ever. Really, really cool. But then he reached out to his friend Greg Langley and helped Greg and Kim, and they lost weight. And then Kim and Greg reached out to Brian Beam, and Brian Beam, he lost 211 pounds. But I would have never met Brian Beam had it not been for Alan and it had not been for Greg. So it's just a snowball that you can't stop and that you can't imagine. And when we see things like that happen, we want to touch as many people as possible and reach out to as many people as possible because, Brian has said all the time that he doesn't know if he'd be where he is now without us. And I don't know whether that's true, but if it is true, I'd hate to think, how hard it would have been for him to succeed and lose 211 pounds. And, just thank God that we all came together. It's such a beautiful thing. And when you see it happen over and over and over again, you just kind of sit back and you're in awe of the whole thing. It really is a lot bigger than us selling Shakeology or selling a product. And I think a lot of times that might get lost, but we love making these calls just so you guys can see that we're not trying to sucker you into something, but it is something that will legitimately change every facet of your life if you're brave enough to just not let the start stop you. What do you think, Joey? Anything else, buddy?
The only thing I was going to say is you kind of mentioned it earlier about the wealth of knowledge in the group. When I first joined, I didn't know much. I didn't really know much at all. And so I would ask the questions, and then we would just learn over time. So don't be afraid that you just don't know everything, because we're all there to help you out as a new coach. So don't let that be a part of the reason why you don't want to do this, because we are, even though TD Nation is a huge family, a great family, the coaches are even closer as a family. So don't be afraid of that.
Yeah.
And that's a really good point, Joey, on how the challenge group helps train new coaches, and how to handle questions from your team members. And oh my gosh, I don't know the answer to this question. And before you can type something, whoop, someone else comments and answers a question, and you can learn from that.
Right.
And then in the coaching, we have a separate coaching group where we talk about coaching and about learning things about fitness and nutrition to help make you a better coach. So you get to share the accumulated knowledge of all the coaches that we have to help you get up and going, and all the other coaches in the group help coach your clients while you're learning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 years ago, when I started and I didn't know anything, I had like 5 or 10 people in a group, and somebody text me and say, how much water am I supposed to drink? And I'd go, oh shit, I got to go look it up. I don't know. And I'd have to go search on Google how much water does this person need to drink, because I didn't know. So yeah, I mean, it's just awesome, because as a new coach, you don't have to know everything. Chances are you're going to get your customer is going to get their question answered immediately by one of our 200 coaches. So it's awesome.
And yeah, it's a huge learning tool for your client and yourself. So
yeah. Well, let me say, if you guys have questions, go ahead and start posting questions now. And Joey, watch out for them. And then let's let Matt and Sarah see if they have anything to say, and then we'll answer any questions if we had any come in. Matt, what's up, buddy? You're on mute. I don't know if there you go.
Hey, what's going on? Alan hit on a lot of it, so I don't know how much I'll have to say, but for me, coaching's been good. It's given me an opportunity to reach out to people who maybe been screwed by some other people, of like, they'll help them for so much, and then they see that they're maybe not progressing as fast as they want them to, and they just kind of give up on them, or just anything like that. And it's kind of a way to I don't know, just help out and turn somebody's life around. And when you see the progress that somebody's making, and it's not even somebody that's on your team, it's some of the other coaches that's they're on their team. You just see a difference in what you're doing and how you're helping people, and it drives you not only to go find more people, but it drives you in your own workouts too, to know that you got to stay on top of it, and be an example for those people. So it's an all-around benefit. So
yeah, absolutely. You've been awesome, man. Rock star.
Thanks.
All right, Sarah, what's up?
When I started as a coach, I actually signed up to be a discount coach to begin with. And that lasted all of about, I think, maybe 2 weeks. And,
really did?
I wanted to be a part of what everybody else was doing. I was seeing how much the other coaches were helping people and inspiring people. And that's been a big thing for me, is just being an inspiration to people. There's nothing more rewarding than getting messages from people saying how much you've helped them, and how much you inspire them and motivate them to be the person that they want to be. And another big thing for me is confidence. I really try to push confidence in my team members, and just seeing people grow their confidence is just a huge thing. And I don't know, it's just very rewarding, and there's just nothing better.
That's awesome. And now, Sarah, you work full-time job, right?
I do.
And you're a coach. So like what, this is like really putting you on the spot, but like what's a day look like for you, Sarah? Like in the coaching world, like how do you balance that with your work?
Okay, so I have to get up pretty early, because I want to spend time with my family in the evening as much as I can, and I have chores I need to do, laundry and all kinds of things that normal people do. And so I try to get my workout done early in the morning, and as soon as I get done working out, I try to post in my group I have an accountability group going where I have quite a few people in that are very engaged and are posting all the time, all day, every day, pretty much. And so I try to get those things, get a motivational type post out to them in the morning. And so then I, go to work, and I try to do quite a few videos as well, if I can. And, throughout the day, on breaks during work, I'm checking, to see if I have messages and trying to reply as much as I can. And then after work, it's just checking messages again, and, and then you do dinner. And then at nighttime, if I'm just watching TV or whatnot, I sit down and I get on the computer, and I kind of, I have to kind of schedule things out, or it gets kind of wild. But but you definitely can do it if you have the drive and you want to help people. And that's kind of, for me, it's just, I really want to help people, and I want to see people reach their goals. So I like being that person that they can lean on and come to for support. Whether they're struggling or whether they're excited because they lost a pound. I want to be that person for people to come to, and, just be that inspiration for them. So you just have to make it work. Sometimes I do struggle with time management, but I'm working on that. That's something, I still consider myself a new coach, so I'm still learning. It's a learning process, and I don't know. You just have to squeeze it in if that's really what you want to do. But it's very rewarding, so it's definitely worth it.
Awesome. Has it helped you stay accountable? Has it helped you with your fitness and everything?
Yes. I kind of fell off the wagon there towards the end of the year, which is not a good time to fall off the wagon.
It happens. It happens.
But
and that brings up a great point. Like, even as a coach, like, a lot of people think, well, I'm a coach, I have to be perfect, and that's totally not true. I mean, right?
Yep.
And when you're real with people, that really gets them going too.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, guys, I sucked.
Everybody in my accountability group is like killing it right now, and what happens is they're posting their successes, and in turn, they're inspiring me to keep on my journey and keep myself, inspired and accountable. So it helps. It's a cycle.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you made you earned like $300 from the boot camp just by like referring people to it. So that's cool.
And I turned around and I registered to be a size instructor, so that paid for my size certification, so that was exciting.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Congrats on that, by the way. I haven't had a chance to talk to you. Yeah, was the class fun?
Yes, it was very fun. I kind of suffer from stage fright, if you can believe that, a little bit.
Are you at the TD Nation retreat? Are you going to get up with Renee and coach?
We'll see. I need to practice quite a bit first. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited to start classes, and I definitely stepped outside of my box to do something like that.
Yeah.
That was never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought I would do something like that. So if I would have never joined TD Nation, I would never be doing that outside my box. So
it is crazy, and that's like I joke all the time that when I was in high school, I was a band geek. I even went to college on a saxophone scholarship. So I was not like this really athletic person. Never had being a personal trainer was never a thought of mine. And then, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I became a coach, and then I started to grow TD Nation. I stepped out of my comfort zone even more and became a personal trainer. And I tell you what, going into a gym with these, 20-year-old guys who are jacked and me being a personal trainer was extremely nerve-wracking. But I did it. And then I became a P90X teacher, and I had stage fright. I did not like talking in front of people. I'd nearly shit myself. I had all these things, and now I've talked at several Beachbody events. I get up every week and I teach P90X class, and it's I could have stayed in my safe little bubble and still been an insurance adjuster today, but thank God I didn't. Thank God I stepped out of that comfort zone and tried things that scared the crap out of me and just made me better. And yeah, I mean, it's weird that a multi-level marketing company did that. You know, it changed my life, and I'm so excited about it, and I'm so passionate about it, and I see it happen to people like Sarah, and I just want to share that with everybody. Like, I just want everybody to feel that and feel how good it feels to help people, because it's just like, you know, before this, I did everything for me, and nothing was external. And then, you know, of course I had kids and everything was for them and my wife, but now everything's for TD Nation and our TD Nation members. And when you're looking externally and you're just helping other people, suddenly your life, you just become a happier person and a better person. It's just a wonderful thing, and we just want to share that with as many people as possible. And yeah, you know, sometimes there's people that are negative that get in a group, but that's okay. They soon leave, and that's because they can't stand being around all the positivity, and that's okay. But we just want to invite you guys. Sarah, did you have anything else to say?
Nope, that was all. Thanks.
All right, cool, awesome points. Joey, do we have any questions come in?
We did, and actually Sarah answered it. One of them it's from Sarah Kairos. She's asking about. I'm interested in hearing perspective from a current coach who loves their career and doesn't plan to or want to change jobs. How do you find a balance? And Sarah pretty much answered that.
Oh, good, yeah.
And I don't know that I would say that I want to be in the same job forever.
Well,
if I could leave my job tomorrow, I totally would. Trust me. But I have to make it work.
Well, Alan is not going to, I mean, he just got his PhD. He's not going to leave his job. So, Alan, why don't you talk about that? You'd be a great person to answer that.
Yeah, so you know, like Lance just said, in December I actually just finally graduated from college for the last time. Yeah, so I just got my PhD on January 4th. I started my postdoctoral research associate position. So I really like working in the lab, so I'm going to keep doing that. But, you know, Beachbody coaching, it gives me a fun, you know, side business to do. So, like my day, just by default, I know that if I don't get up early and work out before I go to work, that there's a good chance I might miss my workout because I get lazy in the evenings, and I know that about myself. So I get up at 5 and go work out, and then, you know, go to, you know, drop the kid off at daycare. I'm usually in the lab 7:30 in the morning. I work till about 5, come home, have dinner with my family. My wife's a night shift RN, so when she goes to work at 6:30, I play with the kiddo till 8, and then he goes to bed, and, you know, if I'm really ramping and I'm working hard to progress things, 8 o'clock I'm on my laptop till 10, maybe 11. I don't know. It just depends on the day, sometimes midnight. But when I'm, you know, working hard, I have a goal that I'm working towards, you know, I don't mind sitting down and, you know, working late. But, you know, I'm really trying to grow this thing and, you know, progress my own coaching business and brand. Do I do that every single night? No. My wife works 3 days a week, so if she's home, you know, instead of going into my office here and, you know, really trying to work hard, I go sit on the couch with her and, you know, have my laptop out and do stuff, but we'll be watching a show and I'll be working. But, you know, that's important for me to spend time with my wife, obviously. And the 3 nights a week that she's at work, I'm usually in here working till I go to sleep because I'm trying to get stuff done. But that works out really good because then when she's home, you know, I don't have to spend all of my time sitting in front of my computer, which is good for your marriage, if you're married. And then certainly on the weekends, you know, I'll do some stuff, but, you know, I really try to bust my butt during the week so the weekends I can relax a little bit more and actually have some free time.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
But it is. It's just balance. And like Lance said, there's no, you know, there's no one thing or a set amount of time you have to spend. It's, you're your own boss in this. If you want to put in 2 hours a week, then you can do 2 hours a week. If you want to put in 10 hours a week, you can do that. If you want to do 20, you can do that. But your results are going to reflect the time you put in. So just know that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And we have several coaches who, are into their career and aren't going to change their career, and use their income for various things. Like, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but we have some coaches who put their money from Beachbody into their kids' college fund. Some use it for vacations. It can be whatever. It's a great tool if you work your business to help you financially. I mean, what's better than that, than helping people and then them wanting to, they're gonna buy the products anyway. That's the thing. Beachbody is such a amazing company, and they have the best products that the people are gonna buy the products anyway. That commission can either go straight to Beachbody, or it can go to a coach who's helping them. So it's a really beautiful thing.
And the really cool thing is that, if someone goes and buy a product without a coach, or they buy it with a coach, it doesn't cost them any more to buy it with a coach.
Right. Right.
So it's not like they're getting penalized for having a coach. Beachbody just rewards us for reaching out and helping people.
Right. And Beachbody does that because they know that you are more likely to succeed if you are working with a coach than if you're not. So I think it's a wonderful thing.
I just want to know, how come we're not Snapchatting this?
Hey, I did. I sent a snap out and let them know that they needed to be on this call to check it out. So hopefully everybody saw the snap. One last thing I'll say, and I asked Alan to make sure this was okay, but I thought this was really cool. Alan is going through, just got through with his doctorate, and one of the things that his Beachbody income helped him do was to be completely debt-free, right, Alan?
Yeah. Yep. Paid off the last of my student loans, like New Year's Eve or the day before.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. And my Beachbody income played a big part in that. We'd still be working on it if we didn't.
Yep. And that's amazing, man. That is amazing. And that's why it like gives me chills. Like, I want that for everybody. Like, I really do. And it's just like, it's sitting right there. Somebody's gonna take it. So it's just, if that's something you want. And if it's not, guys, look, coaching isn't for everybody. If it's not for you, that's okay. Please don't feel like you have to be a coach in order for us to help you. We help everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a coach or not. But to those few of you that aren't afraid, and ready to give it a shot, we have to present the opportunity to you. Because if we don't, then I don't feel like I'm doing my job. Because, like I said, if the person who got me into this had never asked me, I'd still be sitting at an insurance desk. Who knows doing? Oh my God, it'd be awful. I can't even imagine. So thank God I'm not. I get to help you guys every day. It's just wonderful. So, any more questions come in, Joey?
Yep, Sarah is asking another question. Does Beachbody just assign new people to you? I'm asking because a previous coach decided not to do the coaching thing anymore, and I just got reassigned.
Yeah, so hopefully they're with a coach in TD Nation.
And I think they are.
Okay. Yeah, so
we'll check that right now.
So what happens is, when you become a certain rank in Beachbody has thousands of customers that go to Beachbody.com every day, and they buy products. And Beachbody, as a reward to us, assigns those people without a coach to a coach. And we don't get commission off the first sale, but every other thing they buy from their rest of their time with Beachbody, you as a coach get credit and get commission for that. So You know, I couldn't tell you in my 5 years how many customers Beachbody has given to me, but it's been a lot, a ton, and I don't have a number on it. But I mean, I think just last week I got two customers from Beachbody, and those are just, you know, random people who are going to Beachbody.com, buying a product, and then Beachbody assigning that person to a coach. Did I explain that well?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Miss Cindy is asking, does a coach get a benefit when one of their people signs up to be a coach as well?
Yes. I mean, obviously, we benefit when what happens is when you're a customer, we get 25% commission off of anything you buy. When you become a coach, we no longer get that commission because now you get 20% off of your products. But when you become a coach on our team, it does still benefit us. It's an extremely complicated reason why. If you would like, I can send you a video that'll explain it. If I just tell you online, your head might explode. I don't know, unless anyone else wants to try. Alan, you're Mr. PhD. Do you want to try to explain that? It's very complicated, especially if you don't know how the system works.
The cycling.
Yeah.
So just to put it basically, cycle bonusing is once you have coaches recruited underneath you. So like I'm Lance's coach, or Lance is my coach. I'm in his downline organization, and all of the coaches below you, when they buy something or their team members buy something, they accumulate what's called personal volume, and it's in proportion to how much they sell, and that files up to you. So let's say, you know, the coaches underneath me generate so much personal volume, that goes up to me, and it's called team volume. And for a certain amount of team volume you accumulate, you get what's called a cycle bonus, and that's, you know, if you're an emerald, that's 14.
Yes, 14.
You're a ruby coach, which is just a rank, how many coaches you have underneath you. It's $16, and if you're a diamond or above coach, it's $18. So it's like, all right, so I cycle once, it's $18, but you know, after you've been doing this a while and you've built, you know, a large enough pool of coaches underneath you, that becomes a really significant part of your income.
Yeah.
So if you put in the time to recruit clients into your group, treat them well, share your passion with them, they become a coach and repeat that behavior. And the cool thing is, once at a certain point it hits critical mass, and that just kind of snowballs and takes over.
Yeah.
If you put in the work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So your question is, will Joey, or will your coach still benefit? The answer, in a very roundabout way, is yes. Not in the traditional sense of commission, but yes, he will still benefit. So I think the way her question was worded, she was worried that if she became a coach, her coach wouldn't, you know, I don't know, wouldn't gain anything from that.
That's what she just responded back to. She said, I just feel a lot of loyalty towards my coach, and I don't want to take money out of his pocket by becoming a coach. So yeah, you did answer it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you will not.
I thought the exact same thing, because Lance is my coach, and I did not want to, you know, take any money away from him, and you don't.
Yeah, and really, guys, the important thing is, I'm getting kickback from somebody, but I think that the really important thing is, and I hope you guys realize this, when we invite you to be a coach, one of the reasons we're doing it, of course, is to further our business, but a big reason we are inviting people to coach is because we want to keep this snowball going. We want to reach as many people as possible. We want to teach as many people as possible. We know how much bad information is out there, and we really feel obligated to reach as many people and help as many people as possible. And I hope you guys realize that that's one of the reasons why we have these calls to invite people to coach, because we just can't reach everybody by ourselves. And another reason is we know when people become coaches that they're more likely to succeed themselves. And again, they have that sense of accountability, and it drives them. So yeah, it's you know, there's a little bit of us wanting you to coach for us and for our business, but a lot of it honestly has to do with reaching more people, educating more people, helping more people, and also making sure that you guys stay locked in and feel accountable and keep driving towards your goals. And we believe that coaching helps you do that. Is that it?
That is it.
All right, so we didn't make 30 minutes.
Questions too, so.
What
Good
you
point.
I
said?
laughed at you when you said that at the beginning of the call, Lance.
I think we had one that was like 35, but
Close.
I think this was our best one. There was a lot of good information, I think. So hopefully everybody understands what's going on, and you know, how just how we're building this TD Nation family and where it's going. And you know, we would have never thought 2 years ago that we'd have a TD Nation retreat, and now we get together once a year and party and run and eat like crap and drink and just have a great time. So
Did you say run?
well, I'm not running. Some people are running.
Lance doesn't really run. He kind of.
What's the word? Shuffle? I don't even know if it's shuffle. It's like, what's a wounded elephant do? That's what I do. All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any more questions about this that you didn't feel comfortable asking, honestly, send me anything. I'll answer any questions you want to know about coaching. If you're ready to do it, then just contact your coach. Let them know I'm ready to join, and we will get you the link to sign up, and then we'll add you to our coach page. And we'll give you the link to we have a new app that does training, so you can walk through the training at your own pace if you want. And then we also have like a 15 day training group that I'll walk you guys through if you want. Like we said, it's up to you how much or how little you want to do. But we have all the training you could ever imagine. There's also a 60-day training group if you want to do that. So we will be there for you, and we will help you crush this if you want it.
Lance, I think the word you're looking for is plod for how you run.
You looked it up?
No, we had a comment in the thread.
Oh, okay. I might get it.
Hey, Cindy.
It sounds like we need hashtag plod shirts for the retreat. All right, guys. That's all I've got. Like I said, if you need anything, let us know. Thank you so much for joining the call and just listening to see what TD Nation and Beachbody Coaching is all about. We love you guys, and keep kicking butt in the groups.
Bye.
Bye, guys.